forgive your parents for whatever. You feel like he didn't tuck you in when you were 5, and then you carry that grudge because he wasn't there. He's just an emotionally unavailable parent. Forgive them.
Wow, interesting. That was, I didn't expect that. Forgive your parents.
Forgive your parents.
Way beyond. I was thinking you're going to advise them to do this and that. Everyone, welcome to today's episode of Power Talk. This is where we have real, candid, and raw conversations. And today I am joined by one of the young people that, of course, we've been conversing with. He is part of the community, and he actually is a resourceful person when it comes to some of these things we will discuss today. And I know he is going to help us understand something called parenting from teenage perspective. You know, sometimes we say that it is so hard to parent teenagers, but would we hear from their perspectives? He is not currently a teenager, but he is just a graduated teenager, and the reason why I took him intentionally was at least now perspective is coming. You know, a teenager is still a teenager, but him now he's seeing life and he can now begin to see the reason behind some of these things. So Kilonzo, karibu sana. You can introduce yourself, tell us more about yourself. What are you doing currently? What do you love? What do you prefer doing during the day? Hobbies, all those things.
Thank you, Martha. My name is Kilonzo, Brian Kilonzo, and I'm currently in uni in KCA.
Wow.
KCA University. It's just along all sorts.
Okay.
And I'm doing teaching.
So you're gonna teach us today.
Yeah.
What are you specializing in?
In English literature.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And it's not necessarily parenting from a teenage perspective.
Yeah.
It's just from a teenager to a young adult.
Oh,
because
there
are different there's different levels. When you graduate from a teenager, it becomes something else. They start to change their mind. They do things differently. So it's not necessarily that from a teenager, but it's just from a young adult's perspective.
All right. Yeah. So Kilonzo, I want you to just tell us something from how you experience parenting. Do you think a parent is, or rather, do you think they're trying their best or they're imposing so much? What would you say when it comes to the current parenting you're experiencing, especially with the new types of parenting we're having to see? What would you actually say is, what would you describe it as a young adult? Because you're the one actually receiving this.
Yeah.
What would you say it from you as a person who is on the receiving end?
Now, the way I've told you, it's different. For me personally, like I've had a good upbringing. But now, when you listen to most of my peers, even people who are younger than me, parents are different, and there are different parenting techniques.
Okay.
I was listening to one of your episodes just the other day, and then I thought about, there's a lady who sat here, and she said that parents are like gods to their children, and that is literally what it is. Parents, when I see my parent, I see someone I want to be. I want to look up to that person ever. So when my parent does something, it is ingrained in me, and it's just a part of my DNA. Now that I know my parent has done this, it's good to do something like this. So different parenting techniques is just dependent on that parent and their upbringing, and that's what I came to understand. When you're a teenager, you just blame it on the parent. Like, why aren't you like other parents? My friends have this, why don't I have this? But then when you digress a little bit further, you come to learn that it's not even their fault. It's their parents' fault, and their parents' fault. Like, it's just a cycle, and it's up to you to break that cycle.
So I'd actually ask you to define, you've said you've been brought up well. What do you think is the difference between a good and a bad parent. No, let me not say bad. Or rather, what experiences you've had, like you're saying, peers share. What is this a good? What would you consider as a teenager? This, or rather, a young adult. This is what I think good parenting is, and this is what I think probably challenging is.
So let me take it from my perspective. I was brought up in a house that was shown love. You could see like love exuded from everyone. You see that they care for
Two
each
parents
other.
present?
Two parents
How many
present.
siblings?
I have two siblings.
Two siblings. So
But
you're
I'm the
three
first
in
one.
total.
Yeah, I'm the
Boys,
first one.
girls?
I'm the first one. I have a little sister, then another brother.
Okay, fine.
And when you look at us, we're all like happy because our parents were really loving to all the people who came into their lives, into our lives. So it was really loving. But now it has some downsides to it because every individual wants something more.
Yeah.
So when you look at other people and you hear their stories, you can find a gap. There's love missing. You see, like my parents could hold hands, could like hug, could call each other names.
So basically, was it their love?
Their love
down.
Yeah, their love literally flows
Down to you guys.
to everything.
So it's a thing.
It's a
love
thing.
to see your parents. love
Yes,
each other.
yes. Because it teaches me I need to love my significant other
Okay.
more even than my parents love each other. And with that, when you think about other people and when you calm down and listen to other people, and I'm an inquisitive guy, so I'll just ask, what happens in your family? You find that there's a gap missing. Like, it's like, I don't know. Let me give you an example of my friend. My friend has parents who never show affection to each other ever. They always argue. They just it's like they're not happy with each other. But they are. But that's just how they are.
Okay.
And now when you talk to him, he says that most of the things that he does and the baggage that he carries, it's just because of seeing the parents that way.
Okay.
And that's how I came to understand it.
And when you look at that person's life, how is it? Are they still able to balance stuff? Are they probably character-wise? How do they appear?
Not really.
They're not.
They're not. I'm not taking even the example of just my friend. If you just talk to people and ask about their childhood, if they're not like followers of Christ, if they don't devote their life to Christ and follow what Christ says, their lives are just, they're not messed up, but they follow different paths. You may find like they have a lot of addictions, and addiction is not only drugs or like women or like this physical aspect. There are mental addictions. Like there are things that they do that you can see directly it chases back to their parents. So parenting is really heavy. People need to be really emphasize on what parenting techniques they use.
Okay, so I'm actually really getting it clearly that the parents' relationship really affects the teenage growth. Apart from them being directly parented, it's actually how the two people relate and gives the environment for this teen to even become a better human being. And because we are talking about people loving each other, I want you guys to show some love to this platform, of course. We are always here every Monday at 8 a.m. and we are asking you to share your opinion by commenting down below and of course liking and sharing, because we need as many people to get this information because we are here to help you. So Kilonzo, have you ever seen your parents quarrel? Or rather, have you ever seen them in a bad mood? Like
they have their ups, they have their downs, and it's really a matter of what they do after they quarrel, or what they do after they fight, or what they do during the fight as well. You know, some parents beat the living hell out of each other. It's just it's just a dissonance.
Have you had somebody who's been in a family where there's abuse?
Yes, and they're really violent.
Both, okay, the child also becomes violent?
The child also becomes extremely violent. And when you come and ask him, hey, like, for example, mbona unapenda tu kupigana sana? You see? But like, if you just ask around and you tell him, he'll realize that, oh wow, like I saw my dad beating up my mom.
Yeah.
So I thought, beating up people is a sign of power. Yeah. So I like that.
Yeah. So basically something bad might end up being a positive thing.
Yes.
When this person is.
Yes.
Because this is now part of life.
Yes.
If I have to express myself, I'm supposed to actually beat somebody up.
Yes.
So we learn a lot from what our parents do.
Yes. Let me give you another example. I have a friend. I have a lot of friends, but I have a friend whose dad smokes a lot of cigarettes. Another guy, when you ask him why he likes cigarettes, he's just like, bro, I saw my dad doing it, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. And when I did it, I felt like my dad. People want to be like their parents. People always want to be like their parents, even if it's, you might not admit it. You saw your parents for most of your life, and you knew them for more than you know anyone. Now you always want to be more like your parents. Yeah.
Because they're basically your environment, your direct environment. So that's what you see, and they keep on saying all the time that what we see is what we learn more than what you tell us to do.
Yes.
Because that is what I have consistently registered in my mind. Nimeingia. There's somebody actually who was saying that he does something to do with parents, and he was training them on how to handle their upcoming teenagers when it comes to matters of sexuality. And it was reported that 90% of those parents discovered that their children are actually now pornography addicts or sexually active because of seeing their father doing something. 90%. The other 10%, they were introduced by friends, other things, but a whole lot of percentage was because of their dad exposing them, either not directly, it was either they were having it on their phone, and then their child comes to actually use the phone and finds videos. Somebody even found nude pictures of maybe a side chick. So they get introduced directly by their parent because of having to constantly involve in those things, and eventually because I'm in your environment, I'll find those things.
Yes.
So I think I really understand what you're saying. What we directly feed from is our parents, because they happen to be our world. However much we quarrel or do what, they are everything.
They are everything to us.
Yeah.
Even to emphasize what you say, you see, when let's say you find nude pictures of other women in your dad's phone, you'll be like, every time you just think about it, you just be like, you'll be just like, doesn't mom have dad? Like, and doesn't dad have mom? You see, and why is he looking at other things? And can I also look at other things the way he's looking at other things? You get? So they are our gods. Yeah, they literally. As much as we serve one God, he gave them to us to teach us. We look upon them. Yeah, we just emulate them. Yeah.
So in that aspect, what would you think? Well, maybe you can tell yourself as the future Kilonzo who is going to be a parent, if you aspire to, or even current parents. What are some of the things you would advise a parent to do to a young adult or a teenager that they can actually do better? Maybe there's something they do they will improve on based on all these experiences, because it seems you have quite a good social capital enough for you to even come up with some of these things you've experienced from a friend's perspective and from yours. What are some of those things you think they can actually do better to have a better relationship with this age group?
I can say I have two things. Even when we talked the other day, when you asked me about it, I was like, I have two things that really just stand out. And the first one is take the wins with the losses. Take it. Don't like how you have really high expectations for your child. And I understand, because even if I had a child, I would really be like, this child is the greatest thing ever. But take the wins with the losses.
Okay.
If my child, like, let's say, has a struggle and he's struggling with something, take it.
Yeah, take it.
Try to learn from that.
Yeah.
Because if you focus on the wins and negate the losses, when he comes up with a big loss, he or she, when they come up with a big loss, it will be devastating for you. Yeah. Basically. And when you neglect that side because of that loss, it will be the end of them. Yeah. And I think parents should be just open with their children. Because let me take for example, me. Me, when my dad, I used to do something wrong, he will just come up and tell me bluntly, you did this wrong, you could have done this, but it is okay because you did it and you learned from it. And then he will tell me, like, maybe a story from himself, his childhood, that he did something wrong and then his father did something to him. Then he will be like, but I learned from that. You get? They should be just open to their children and be like, because they're also people. Yeah. And I think everybody is a child. Everybody needs to be taken care of. Yeah. So you need to take care of your parents. They need to take care of you. They needed to be taken care of by their parents. Yeah. So if they weren't taken care of, like, they need other avenues to take care of them. You get? So if you get the opportunity to also take care of your parents and just learn from them, and they can also take care of you. You get?
Yeah, I think those 2 points are very much marrying each other, because you can't accept failures without actually being real with that person.
Yes.
I have to accept you as you are. That will in turn make me help you see me even in my lowest points, and I'm open with you. I can show you, even if you're going through this, I know I also struggled with this, and this is how I was able to go through it, and I came out of it eventually, you see. So it's
bigger
very
and better.
And because I think one of the things we do a lot is, like you're saying, we want the perfect side of our children, which is somehow a reflection of what we wanted us to be, because you're like, now this child has to become the person I was never able to become. But again, the real pressure is there. You know, you don't want to also have the shame of having to raise a child who is, a
vagabond.
So it's there. But again, parents, it is important to just be open. I think that is very enlightening, because most of them want to actually just be perfect. This is who I am. You don't have to know my problems, my failures. You don't have to know everything that I'm going through. You just know I'm your father, I'm your mother. That's it.
Yeah. Some people even don't know what their fathers do for work, what their mothers do. Yeah, some people don't even know, and they don't even care, because it's like conditioning. It was there from the time they were little, that you don't really need to know, I am your father, I am this, but you don't need to know whatever you do. So it grows on, and the child is like, I don't even really care what you do. So even if you come and tell me, like, there's no money, I don't care if there's no money. Give me money.
Yeah, because I literally don't understand your life.
Your life, So I don't understand that you can have ups and downs, because I don't even know what ups and downs are anyway.
So now I want to switch angles here and ask you now, what would you tell a teenager or a young adult, any of the two groups, what would you now tell them to do to make it even easier for their parents? What is one thing you would tell them, even as they go through this process of becoming young adults, better people, and citizens?
Teenagers and young adults are difficult people to work with. They can be stubborn. Hey, I know.
Please, you do this on purpose or what?
It's kind of on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, I just feel like it, so I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about I just feel like it. I can do it, and I will do it. So, like, they're really stubborn people to work with, and they're really hard. But what I can tell them first is just forgive their parents. Forgive your parents for whatever. You feel like he didn't tuck you in when you were 5, and then you carry that grudge because he wasn't there. He's just an emotionally unavailable parent. Forgive them. And just try, go to your parent and tell them, like, what was your day like? Not how was your day, like what happened during your day, because he'll just say good. Just ask them, what was your day like? What was your life like when you were, you know, parents love these stories of, unajua mimi nikiwa mtoto nilikuwa natembea mguu tupu kwa mawe, shule tulikuwa naenda 1 kilometer. That brings him joy because he is exposing himself. And that should bring you joy because you're getting to like understand. So just forgive your parents, understand your parents, because he's just a guy like you. He's just a girl like you.
They're just human.
They're just human beings.
Their issues. I mean, Kasongo is real. Experiencing the tax burden here, and you're still here adding them.
I'm living off them, and I'm rebellious all the time. I don't want to listen. Rebellion isn't bad, because some things, if you don't like, you don't like.
You don't like them.
But like, you need to understand their perspective, their point of view. You need to understand who they are as a person for them to say they don't want this in the house.
Wow, interesting. That was, I didn't expect that. Forgive your parents.
Forgive your parents.
Way beyond. I was thinking you're going to advise them to do this and that, but kumbe, it's about, it's true, because we carry so many things out here because of the burden we had as children. Then we end up not being the full potential we need to be. So this conversation is just getting hotter, and I think we should have more of this with more of your colleagues. In fact, I would want to now have somebody who has experienced the other side of parenting, so we can have first-hand information of that. But I want you to just say one thing to our audience, probably that is in your heart, that you feel you'd want to tell them.
What I can tell them is, parents are just like you. They were 18 at a time, they were 16 at a time, they were 15, 14, they're now 30, 40, 50, 60. They were at that age at that time, and they didn't have, most of our parents didn't have people for emotional support like we do. We have like other friends, and now emotional availability is a thing amongst us. If you're not emotionally available, you're not mature. And they didn't have that. So if you try to be that for them, it will be just a peaceful life and a happy life for both of you, because you'll get to understand that man, that woman, more than you'll ever know. And you'll be appreciative of that.
Wow, thank you so much, Kilonzo.
You're welcome.
Hey, you've surprised me. We weren't expecting to go this deep, but it has gotten deep, and we will get deeper in maybe the near future. But guys, again, this remains to only be found in Power Talk, where we talk real, candid, and raw conversations every Monday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Martha Mora, and I hope you have a blessed week. Ciao.